Health Partners. On behalf of my colleagues, many in this room, we really appreciate you being with us this morning as we unveil a new campaign that will provide support and awareness for St. Peter's Crime Victim Services. St. Peter's Crime Victim Services, based out of Samaritan Hospital here in Troy, is the only agency in Rensselaer County to provide specialized services such as support and advocacy, individual counseling, trauma therapy, and support groups. Our exceptionally dedicated team members, many who are here in the building today, offer prevention, training, collaboration with community agencies and partners, many you'll hear from this morning. And our team at St. Peter's offers a 24-hour hotline providing dedicated support for crisis intervention, as well as medical and legal support. That's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Not an easy task. These are only a few of the comprehensive services our team's providing to our community and actually across the state. As a proud Troy girl myself, I am honored to be here. We were hopeful to be outside overlooking our beautiful city, but Mother Nature had a different idea. So instead, we are inside in our favorite location here at the Franklin Plaza. And I think the only thing our wonderful city could use is maybe a little color. So with that, I'd like to invite my colleague, Lindsey Crusan-Muse, who has been with St. Peter's for almost 16 years. She currently serves as our Director of Crime Victim Services, and she's going to share with us the details of our campaign and how we can color up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shannon, and everyone for being here. I'd really like to sincerely thank all of you here in this room, especially acknowledge our partners, who I will be privileged to introduce shortly, and highlight the reason that we are all here today. I also want to take this chance to extend a very sincere thank you to the Franklin Plaza for hosting us in your absolutely beautiful space. And I want to acknowledge the City of Troy for our long collaborative partnership and the commitment that they have to preventing crime, including sexual violence, and supporting victims and survivors. They are incredible partners and have supported many of our efforts to raise awareness and engage in prevention efforts in our Troy community for many, many years, as long as I've been part of St. Peter's. So why are we here today? We're here because the Center for Disease Control reports that over half of women and almost 1 in 3 men have experienced sexual violence in their lifetime. These numbers are staggering and simply not okay. This also means that sexual assault has impacted thousands of members of our Troy community, and we all stand here today to say to survivors, we see you and we support you. And we also know that it takes a community to stop sexual assault. April is Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month, and while we work hard every day of the year to prevent sexual assault and support survivors, April is a special time that communities work to raise awareness, show community support for those who have experienced sexual assault, and elevate the voices of survivors. Many events in April incorporate the color teal, as you see throughout this room today, which is the internationally recognized color for sexual violence prevention. I am thrilled to share with you that this Saturday, April 1st, we are launching Paint the Town Teal here in the city of Troy, which is a month-long effort in recognition of Sexual Assault Awareness Month. During the month, teal-colored flags, ribbons, and other items will be displayed throughout the city of Troy to raise awareness of the prevalence of sexual assault and show that our community supports survivors. We also want to take this opportunity to highlight the important work that our teams do throughout the year and the services that are available every single day for survivors of sexual assault. The mission of St. Peter's Crime Victim Services is to reduce the incidence and trauma of all crimes through person-centered emotional support, advocacy, medical and legal assistance, and community-based prevention efforts. The St. Peter's Crime Victim Services Forensic Examiner Program sees patients who have experienced crime and are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They provide specialized trauma-informed medical care, and when the patient chooses, evidence collection. I am very proud to say that they are the largest program in the entirety of New York State doing this work. Our support and advocacy program provides voluntary and confidential services at no cost to victims and survivors of crime. These services include counseling, therapy, medical and legal advocacy and accompaniment, and assistance filing New York State Office of Victim Services compensation claims. They also offer 24-hour support to acute victims of crime through a hotline, which Shannon referenced, and respond to St. Peter's Health Partners emergency departments alongside our forensic examiner program 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Last year combined, that service alone provided support to over 900 victims and survivors of crime, including sexual assault. Recognizing that we are fortunate to have many local services for victims of sexual assault here in Troy, we also strive to make an impact across New York State through several programs. TeleSafe supports hospitals across New York who do not have access to specialized sexual assault medical forensic care through a 24-hour program providing telehealth access to an experienced forensic examiner. Additionally, our Child Advocacy Center Medical Forensic Examiner program partners with 24 organizations across New York State to bring specialized medical forensic care to children who have experienced sexual abuse. This includes our own Rensselaer County Child Advocacy Center, the Start Children's Center. And I saw Kevin was here today, so thank you, Kevin, for your support and partnership. Finally, our prevention education and community engagement program works hard to reduce the incidence of crime in our community through no-cost prevention education and community programs. This includes providing over 30 local elementary schools with evidence-based training to prevent child sexual abuse. I often say that I have the easiest job in our entire program because I have the honor to speak about the life-changing work that my colleagues do. But that's the truth. Our teams, made up of over 100 advocates, counselors, nurses, prevention educators, grant specialists, and volunteers, work tirelessly to prevent, respond to, and support survivors. Their impact is truly astounding, and I am humbled to work alongside them. So to our team members here and those not present because they are out doing this important work, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You make a difference every single day. I am also in awe of the resilience and strength of survivors. It is my privilege to introduce Nicole, a survivor of sexual assault, to share a few words with us.
Good morning. I'm honored to be here today. If you'd asked me to speak in front of a group of people, strangers, a year ago, 6 months ago, I would have been too ashamed, intimidated, and scared to even say the words out loud. I stand before you today, a little nervous, but I can say one thing: I am not ashamed. My name is Nicole, and 6 years ago, I was raped. I hid that fact from everyone I knew for almost a year. I couldn't say the words out loud, nonetheless to anyone else. I was scared no one would believe me. But I am not a victim anymore. I am a survivor. I did not get to that point by myself. It's due in part to the help and support that I received from St. Peter's Crime Victim Services. The compassion that I've received from everyone in this agency has helped me find my voice. They've given me the tools to find my courage and power to face the healing process. They've held my hand while I've waited to testify in court, helped me deal with my fear and anxiety when I had to face my rapist in court. They've helped me obtain legal advice to navigate our very challenging judicial system. And they've provided not only counseling to myself, but to my immediate family as well. Sexual assault doesn't only affect the victim, but the entire family unit that they are a part of. One of the most important lessons that I have learned: it is not my fault. It is not my fault. My therapists have taught me that healing is not linear. Some days you're okay, you're doing great. Other days it hurts like hell and it feels like a fresh open wound. Healing is messy. There's no right way to survive trauma. But we are more than our trauma. We are more than our painful emotional scars. We are what survival looks like. Healing from rape doesn't mean that the assault never happened. It means the damage no longer controls my life. The staff at St. Peter's Crime Victim Services sees you, hears you, and they can help you find yourself again and help you navigate this messy thing we call healing. It's through advocacy programs like Paint the Town Teal that stands as a symbol of the solidarity to me as a survivor and breaks down the barriers surrounding the stigma of sexual assault. And it's also a beautiful opportunity to unite our community with survivors in this journey of healing. Thank you.
Nicole, thank you for your courage and your willingness to be here today. And your words really show us how resilient and incredible survivors of sexual assault are. We are, always in awe of their healing and their hope. And I also just want to mention that I think that, Nicole, your willingness to be here and speak out also shows survivors that they are not alone and that there is support every single day available to you and a community ready to support you. I am now very honored to introduce the City of Troy Mayor Madden, whose support has been instrumental in our efforts to paint the town teal this April. And Mayor Madden is also a member of the Samaritan Hospital and Eddy Foundation Board. So Mayor Madden, we are grateful not only for your support of this event, but all of your support of St. Peter's Health Partners and St. Peter's Crime Victim Services. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Lindsey. And Nicole, thank you for the bravery you displayed here today. You are absolutely right. You are not a victim. You are not at fault. You are a survivor, and we are all here to help you and the thousands of other people in our community that have suffered similarly. It's a little difficult to follow you at the podium. I am grateful for the opportunity to join you today as we kick off Paint the Town Teal to bring attention to National Sexual Assault Awareness Month. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, as Lindsey indicated, nearly 1 in 5 women in America experience a rape or attempted rape, and nearly 50% of women and about 25% of men all experience some form of sexual violence in their lifetime. Tragically, many of those who are assaulted are young, and research indicates that these assaults can have lifelong impacts on health, leading to chronic illness, a trauma that is often compounded by the challenge of seeking accountability, the ensuing costs of medical and mental health care, and the difficulty with later relationships. The cruel fact is that people of every age, every ability, every race, every gender identity, every sexual orientation, national origin, socioeconomic background, and religion suffer the pain and trauma from the abuse of power that is sexual assault. Sexual violence can occur anywhere, and millions of assaults happen each year in the workplace, in the home, and now even online. These assaults are an intolerable assault on our shared humanity. Freedom from sexual assault is a basic human right and a measure of a nation's decency. During National Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month, we renew our commitment to ensuring that every person can live a life free from sexual violence. We continue in our commitment to stand with survivors and hold perpetrators accountable and dismantle a culture that is complicit in allowing sexual violence to continue. I'm very grateful to St. Peter's Crime Victim Services for the services and support they are able to bring to victims of sexual assault. And I am grateful for the relationships that exist in our community with St. Peter's, our police department, and the district attorney's office. Working collaboratively, we can provide support and healing to victims and bring those responsible to justice. But our primary duty is to bring an end to these assaults in the first instance. It is on all of us to speak up and condemn not just the act, but also the notion that sexual assault is anything but abhorrent. It is on all of us to ensure that this does not extend one generation further. It is on all of us to reject the quiet tolerance of sexual assault and to refuse to accept what is unacceptable. Let us use this campaign as an entry point for these discussions to create a safe society that we all desire and deserve. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, Mayor, for your commitment now and always to working collaboratively with us and other partners to end sexual assault and show the community that we support survivors. It's now my privilege to introduce Rensselaer County District Attorney Mary Pat Donnelly. Our organizations have a long history of many years of collaboration and partnership, and we are thrilled to have you with us today.
Thank you, Lindsay. As Lindsay said, I'm Rensselaer County District Attorney Mary Pat Donnelly. I want to thank St. Peter's Crime Victim Services for taking the lead and putting forth this unique initiative to shed light on such an important issue and to bring light to the trauma of sexual assault. We're here today as a community to support survivors and to ensure and empower that victims become survivors. Awareness and education are critical components in the journey of a victim of sexual assault. The Paint the Town Teal project sends exactly the message that survivors need to hear. And we've heard it already today. We see you, we hear you, but I'm going to add something else to that. We believe you, and we're going to take care of that, and we're going to make sure that your voice is heard. The burden of sexual assault is heavy, and I am hopeful that today's message can help those in need to shoulder that burden with education, with even just being able to walk around their community and see that this is not a taboo topic. It is something that people understand. It's something that people don't condone, and that it is not okay. I want to thank the City of Troy and especially those business owners that are taking the first step. We've discussed how this is phase one of making this an initiative that's going to hopefully bloom over the next couple of years. And I hope that just like we associate purple with domestic violence, we'll quickly associate teal with survivors. And let's help turn those victims into survivors. Thank you to all the partners that are here today for all that you're doing to move this forward. So thank you.
Thank you very much, DA Donnelly. And last but certainly not least, I'm proud to introduce the Troy Chief of Police, Dan DeWolf, who represents the police department that we have worked so collaboratively with for the past almost 45 years of our program's existence. So, Chief.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Lindsay. As Lindsay said, we've been a collaborative team for a long, long time. The Troy Police Department has had a long-standing professional relationship with St. Peter's Crime Victim Services. We are proud to be a part of a collaborative partnership that has been in existence since the early part of my career and even before. Together, we form a supportive and investigatory team of professionals that assist those unfortunate victims of sexual violence. Kindness, compassion, and empathy go a long way in helping a victim in their time of need. It was an easy decision when it was brought to us, would we support this Paint the Town Teal initiative? And of course we would. We wholeheartedly support it. The St. Peter's Crime Victim Services, the Troy PD, and the Rensselaer County DA's office are members of the Rensselaer County Sexual Assault Response Team. I applaud this team of professionals. and the strides that they have made in preparing excellent cases for prosecution while supporting the victims of these terrible acts. And I really want to thank Nicole for being here as well. You showed a lot of strength, and you have a lot of confidence in yourself, and I'm glad that you're healing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief. And thank you all for being here. We really recognize that this is a community effort. It is going to take a community to stop sexual violence, and I'm so proud to stand here alongside all of you and our community partners as we embark on this new initiative in April. So thank you so much for your time and being here, and we look forward to continuing to do this very important work.